All right, I'll start with a couple things. First of all, I want to make sure I express my gratitude to all the people that came out and watched us play today, especially all the little kids that were in that tunnel walk or around it. I told our players in there, like, kids, you never know what they're going through, dealing with, how many times they have a chance to come see us. We don't know their situation, so I was really proud of our guys to see them dap kids up, sign autographs, go around, shake people's hands. So proud of our guys for that, but really grateful to all the people that came and watched us play. It wasn't the warmest day, as I think you guys all know. It might have been warm in the box, but it wasn't warm on the field. And but just I think it speaks volumes about our team. And then the second thing, my only second takeaway was, I think these guys have done everything I've asked them to do. They've gotten better and better and better. They like to play football, even down to the very end. Trying to go down and score, giving Chuba those reps. No one's looking at me. No one's complaining. They like to compete. I think this summer is so crucial to our team. The ability to focus for 3 hours. We saw some lulls in there with the ball on the ground and all that, and that's really the next step when you have the ability to focus for 3.5 hours straight. But I like the progress we've made so far. So with that, I'll see what you guys have.
What was your pace summary of how you executed today?
I can't. I have so much film to watch. You know what I'm saying? That when I'm out there, it's so hard for me. Like if we hit a big play, I'm upset with the defense. The offense scores, the crowd's cheering, and I'm over there like, what the heck's wrong with us? On defense, I thought we ran the ball well at times with the first group. We tried to put a lot of different things on tape. I was disappointed we couldn't push the ball through the red zone early. But the turnovers and the balls on the ground bothered me, obviously. We had some missed tackles, but it didn't look like, the tackling didn't look atrocious. I thought the quarterbacks did a nice job moving the ball. Ran a little bit of the option game early. So I thought there were some good things there. I thought the kicking game, Timmy knocked that big one through early, but, obviously that left something to be desired later. We missed a couple kicks. So there's probably a lot to live on both sides, but I'll have to get really granular with it as I watch it.
If you look at Sims in terms of operating the offense, just getting everybody lined up, how did that look to you?
That was good. Sometimes, when you split guys up, guys sometimes have to play a separate wide receiver position. So there was once or twice it looked like we struggled. Like guy had to get lined up for motion, but I thought the motions, the checks, I thought all that. I didn't see any bad checks that were out there. So I thought Jeff's really cool, calm out there. I like his demeanor and feel. He's played a lot of football, so I thought he looked pretty good.
Is that the Sims you had seen all spring, and how'd you feel like he threw the ball?
I can't tell you the final numbers. 9 of 13. I thought it looked like it was on time. I thought it looked like it. He's a passer. He's a passer who runs 4.4. He's not a runner who throws. He's a passer, and I think he did some things with his legs, extending plays. Had dead to rights on the one he spun out. So that's really what we're looking for from him. Weren't able to get the big explosive play maybe that we wanted, but I'll hit the glance to Marcus, which was really good. So I thought when I stand out there, I only stand out there just to sort of see what it feels like, because I don't ever get that opportunity, and I thought it felt pretty good when he was out there.
Hey, Coach, how promising was it to see some of the newcomers like Cam Lenhart, Princewell, Maverick? They were making plays and kind of cap off their spring that way.
Yeah, Cam and Princewell, Maverick, they play like older players. You bring those guys in, especially the positions. Cam has this unique ability, like his hands and feet don't stop, and so he's able to push pockets and get pressure on the quarterback. Princewell has unique ability to get off of blocks. He's really great with his hands, and Maverick's been so versatile. So the whole spring they've kind of fit in, and they've gone with the ones, they've gone with the twos, they played different positions. There's no entitlement. They're really tough team guys. So I think the future is really, really bright. You look on defense. Some guys who played a lot of football last year weren't out there, and to have all those guys, those young players out there playing and doing some good things, was great all the way to the very last play when Gage picked the ball off.
Those are guys that you can see playing like right away as freshmen, and just what you've seen already.
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason not to. I think there's a lot of time left. There's a lot that has to happen. For me, everything goes in stages. I talked about in the winter earning the right to go to spring ball. During spring ball, I talk about earning the right to be excited about the spring game, and so we have a lot of work to do this summer. Really the spring, finishing school up. We have several weeks left of school, but I would see no reason why those guys wouldn't be fighting to start, play, any and all of the above, and as I said, especially up front on the defensive line, we're going to play two hockey lines if we could, if not three, keep guys fresh. We have a lot of young talent.
You mentioned ball security and fumbles last Saturday after the scrimmage. Was that similar to what you saw today? And how do you view some of those turnovers? Because obviously the defense is doing something to help create them.
Yeah, to me on offense, there's no excuse for fumbles. There's no excuse. I can live with an interception here or there, and it will result in you not playing. To be quite honest. Now we're not here to play in fear. It's not one time and you're done, but you have to have the ability to protect the football. And it looked like I looked up on the jumbotron because they kept going over to review them, and I think one of them, the gentleman said to me like, "Hey, had we reviewed that, it would have been incomplete." The one on Harbor that was a touchdown, it was an incomplete pass. But I knew we were going to play a lot of plays today, and I didn't want to be out there for 4 hours going through instant replays. So I just said, "Hey, let's play it like it's 1985, and you're making the call." So, we can't have those fumbles. But I love the fact that they got their hands on the ball. That's really, really important to me. I mean, if we can take the ball away, and what I talked about at halftime, and Gabe can tell you, you in a good mood or what? All right, good. Well, Gabe can tell you, I talked about to the defense, like, hey, the red defense, not that you're playing badly. It's just that they keep starting with the ball on the 30-yard line because your offense keeps turning the ball over. So I'm trying to, always talk about situational football and complementary football. People say that, but that's what happened. The fumbled snaps and all that, it's, I'd have to go back and look at it. We're rotating a lot of guys through there, but we don't make excuses. That just can't happen. And, if it weren't for 66,000 people, I would have thrown my headset on a normal Saturday because that was really frustrating to me. But you know what? It's also important that our guys learn to keep their composure and play through it. And we kind of fixed it and moved on.
Gave the ball to Frank Solich after that first play. What was it like having him here today?
So my wife did like an event last night for the moms, all the moms of the players on the team, and halfway through it, I got a text from Coach, and he was like, "Hey, Matt, I'd love it if you and Julie came upstairs to the event that he was having. He had former players there, and that was special to be a part of. I don't know how I got to be a part of it, but it was special to be a part of. And it was really special because at the end of the day, we all come and go as coaches, but the impact he's had on his players was really, really important for me to be reminded of and to see. And so I'm just really, really grateful for him as a man and as a person and as a coach. He's someone I've always looked up to, but he's been so kind to me. And so, to hand the ball off to the fullback to first play and be able to hand the ball to him, that's kind of a bucket list item for me.
How do you feel about Janiron Bonner in that spot? Obviously, he's kind of a hybrid guy for you, but can he be a fullback?
Yes. Yeah. I think the thing with modern football, not that it wasn't before, but just the thing with modern football is like having guys like I sometimes talk about Jusic and those guys, like guys who can do multiple things. They think you're in 21 personnel, but you're really in 11. Janiron can play every position out there for us right now, and I think he has a real chance, depending on how he continues to develop. I was talking to Coach yesterday. He was going through the weights of the fullback. Sometimes they were 218 to 222, and then sometimes they got some 240-pound guys. And we got some guys. We got Clover and Ruth and those guys who can go block the ISOs and the powers. But Janiron gives us a guy who can run it, and we're still running power with him and ISO with him. And he goes in there and then he runs option routes on third down. So he's really a weapon, I believe.
Couple more. Coach, what are you most pleased with, and not just today, but for the spring in general? What's the big takeaway, and what are you most happy with?
I'm grateful to the players for how hard they've tried to buy into what we're asking them to do. This will be so much easier for them next year. Like they every day is hard for them because it's hard for the new coaches because everything's so new. When I say like, hey, we're gonna do this drill, it's like they don't even know what the drill is. Next year they'll know what to expect. They'll know we're gonna go into lights. And I've said that a couple times, but even we're flipping guys from white to red. At the end, I said, "Hey, you guys want to take a knee?" And the offensive guys were like, "Absolutely not." So it didn't really make sense what we were doing. And but we were just trying to get. I thought Chuba did some really good things out there, and I wanted to give him a chance in the 2 minutes to go down and move us, and he got us right down, to the opportunity to do so. So I just really appreciate that part about them, and they're just going to get better and better and better.
Were the two fake punts planned, or what was that?
No. So that's first of all, it's me. It's not Brian. That you're trying to, because you're not going offense versus defense. The danger of going red versus white, and you start turning the ball over, is like this side has 50 snaps and this side has 30. So I desperately was trying to get the white defense and the red offense. I was trying to get them more plays, and so I was like, can you throw a sideline warning? And I wanted to play the game, so I said to Buschini, I said, hey, bro, if they all cover, just pull the ball down and run. And so he's got a great arm. Let me say this, but they didn't work out. But I was just trying to get a first down to keep him on the field, just to keep the reps even. You know, I want to have the integrity of the game, and I went for it on fourth down a couple times. So just trying to get those guys more reps, and we were able at the end to kind of balance the reps out and get it to where hopefully everyone got enough reps to evaluate.
Line is, what do you think you need to do to get more depth on the offensive line?
I don't think there's any more getting more depth, right? I mean, we're not we have the players we have some guys coming in, we're going to coach them, you know. So I'm not thinking about anybody other than the guys on our team.
How useful is this next week? I think you mentioned earlier this spring it's a feedback evaluation with the players. How important is that for both parties?
Yeah, sometimes I talk to players, you know, other places, and they say, you know, they've gone 3 or 4 years and they've never sat down with their coach. You know, we'll do it after every season, after every spring. We'll sit down with each player. We'll talk about, you know, what we see in their game. We talk about what their role will be if we played today. We don't predict the future, but we say if we played today, this would be your role. Some of the younger players, we talk about some long-term things in terms of development, and then we talk about their commitment level and off-the-field stuff. But we ask them to speak their mind and give us their part. And so that's this week. They'll do it with their position coach and coordinator. They'll all do it with me, and you know, they all have a right to not only understand where we see it, but a lot of times you sit down with these guys and you say, hey, I see this, and they say, Coach, you're missing X, Y, and Z, and they're right. So it should be a dialogue. So I'm excited to do it.
Do the single-digit thing at this point, or do you wait until August?
In preseason.
Preseason.
Just can't believe none of you guys asked me about the kickoff. I was so fired up about that kickoff. No one asked me. Never. All right, come on, Gabe. You up next? Thank you guys very much. Thanks for everything all spring.
Gabe Ervin in here. We'll have a couple guys from either side of the ball in here. We've got a couple